Okay, so now I want to briefly talk with you about your final presentation assignment. Hopefully you just watched the video on the final paper assignment, which should have given you a good overview as to what that paper assignment is about. Now we're going to take a look at that presentation one. Again, we're here in the top block of your course website. This heading that says Final Project Information, we're going to be looking at the link that says UI 100 Final Presentation Assignment with Rubric. You click on that. Open up that Word document, and kind of the same thing as the paper. I have the overview up here for you. It tells you that the purpose of the presentation is for you to demonstrate your oral communication skills to your instructor and to your classmates, and essentially you'll present your university survival paper. You're not going to read directly from the paper. And we'll come back to that here in a moment, but this is a way for you to kind of expand on your paper a little bit, and maybe share some stories if that seems to make sense to you. So the presentation is also worth 100 points, just like the paper was worth 100 points. The rubric can be found on the next page of this document. The presentations, you're actually going to upload your presentations to the Week 15 forum by no later than 11:59 p.m. on Sunday, December 7th. We'll go through that uploading process here in a moment. Before we do that, I want to talk about the presentation requirements. So I'm going to be asking you to prepare just a 3 to 4 minute presentation where you're going to share information from your research paper. Same as with your paper, I need you to provide an introduction, tell us what you're going to tell us, share your thesis and the overall point of your presentation with your audience. I want you to then present your issue and share with us why you think a student should be aware of the topic, okay? Again, you're going to tell us a little bit about your personal plan. This is a great point in your presentation where it might be nice if you could share some personal anecdotes that would really personalize this for you. Maybe this is a topic that you yourself have struggled with. That it's something that you maybe know someone who has struggled with. So please feel free to share some personal anecdotes, some stories, maybe that you weren't even really able to fit into your paper. This is kind of an opportunity for you to expand on some of these things that perhaps you weren't able to cover in your paper. I want you to share with us some advice that you would give to a future student, and then make sure that you conclude your speech appropriately. So what I don't want you to do is to get to the end of the speech, and maybe you've got your notes kind of down here and you're looking, and then you go, okay, that's it, I'm done. All right? If you stopped talking, I can pretty well assume that you're finished with your speech. But I want you to have a nice, well-rounded conclusion to round everything out. Don't just say, that's it, I'm done, see ya. Okay, make sure that you have something sort of formal there at the end. Do not read directly from your research paper. I'm going to read your research paper, so and I will have a copy of that, so I will know whether or not you're reading off of it. What I want you to do is think a little bit differently about this presentation in terms of, I don't want it to be so stiff and formal where you're sitting there just essentially reading word for word off of a document. I want this to be a little more sort of like you're telling a story, just sharing some really good information with us. Obviously a lot of the content is going to be the same, but think about how you're presenting it, and if there's a way that you can, like I mentioned previously, maybe share some personal anecdotes that might kind of liven up the topic for you. This presentation should be considered formal, and what I mean by that is that I don't want to see you delivering this presentation in your pajamas or workout attire or a ball cap or chewing gum. Those are not appropriate things to do when delivering a presentation. So if you were in one of my face-to-face classes and you got up and did one of those things, you would certainly be penalized for it. In this class, you will be penalized for that as well. And we'll take a look at that here on the rubric in a moment. Okay. So I have instructions here for how you're going to upload your presentation. So you are going to have to videotape yourself delivering your presentation. You can stand or sit. In my face-to-face classes, I have people stand, of course, but because of the nature of webcams, I know that if I was sitting here trying to stand and talk to you about this, that's a little more awkward. So if you need to sit, that's fine, as long as I can see your face and if you have hand gestures, as long as I can see all of that. So you'll need to videotape yourself delivering your presentation. A webcam is certainly the preferred method for doing that because the quality is going to be better. If you don't have a webcam, you can use a tablet. You can use tablets like if you've got an iPad, if you've got a phone, that will affect the quality a little bit. If for some reason you don't have access to any of those things, you need to notify me as soon as possible so we can try to make some kind of arrangement. But hopefully, if you're taking an online class, you have a webcam at your disposal. That's something that if you don't have that, you should probably consider investing in one of those, and they're not terribly expensive. So, like I said, a webcam is best. What you're going to need to do is to upload your completed presentation to YouTube. So you will need to create an account. They are free on YouTube if you don't already have one. When you upload your presentation, so if you've logged into YouTube, there's an upload button in the upper right-hand corner. You click on that, and you can actually just drag your video over from wherever you saved it into that upload box. Whenever you upload it, you can set your presentation as unlisted, or you can keep it public. I think the default is public. That means that somebody could go out and search and find your presentation, or anybody could go out and see it. If you set it as unlisted or private, then that means that people need the actual link, which is what you're going to be providing me anyway. You have to have the link in order to view the presentation. So if you're uncomfortable leaving that as public, that's quite all right. You can set it to unlisted. Once you have uploaded your video, and like if you go out to watch your video, there's an option beneath the video screen that says share. Click on that share button, and it's going to generate a link that you will copy, and that's the link that you're going to paste into the forum posting in order to submit this final presentation. So I will be able to see this. Your classmates will be able to see your presentation, which is great. Once the presentations are uploaded, you're welcome to view any and all of your classmates' presentations. In fact, I would strongly encourage you to do that. Feel free to comment, praise them, offer constructive criticism. You will receive your presentation score from me through the forum posting. However, I will also email you a rubric form that will have my comments on them. And you should expect to receive that email rubric no later than December 15th. If you scroll down here and take a look at this is the form that I will fill in for you. Again, same as the paper, you can see how much I am assigning the different parts of your speech. You have an introduction, your discussion, your personal plan, your advice. You also have to have that conclusion, the organization of your speech, and the delivery of your speech. And so, when we talk about organization and delivery, we want to make sure that everything's flowing nicely, nothing seems disjointed, that your delivery, that I can hear you, that I can tell that you're not dressed like in a sloppy t-shirt and, pajama, whatever. And so that you're, looking at the camera, that you're not just completely glued to the paper. It would be no fun to watch a video from me where I'm going like this. So think about that in terms of your audience as well. So again, I want you to be aware of this because I want you to, make sure you know that you're going to need a YouTube account, you're going to need a camera or some method of being able to tape yourself delivering this presentation, and then you're just going to upload that final URL into the forum posting. So let me know if you have any questions. We'll continue talking about this throughout the semester, but have a great day.